Hello there. So you're testing out the new headset, I assume?
Yeah. Is it good or
Okay.
is it bad?
I mean, it's not. Honestly, I can hear you just fine. I will say it's a bit. I wouldn't say it's muffled, but it does sound loud. Other than that, I can hear you just fine.
Okay. Well, okay. How's it now?
Still great, so I can still hear you.
Okay. Okay. Cool. How you doing?
Right.
All right. So, what have you been up to?
Well, announcement just came out of a new 6-second video app, and it's pretty good, honestly.
Wait. A new 6 second video app.
Oh yes,
What's it called?
loop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't wasn't that a name that we came up with?
Like what?
Didn't we come up with Loop at first? Was it?
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Loop.
Oh no.
Hold
No,
on.
no, 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 no.
Didn't we come
What
up
is
with? I'm
what is
so.
this?
Wait. Hold on. Loop. Let me look it
Yes,
up.
loop.
Can you actually send the app? I can't find it.
All right, I'll send you the app.
All right, yeah, like Loop, 6 second.
Loop. Yes. Literally, it's loop. That's what it's called.
I mean, it's a. Don't get me wrong, it's a good name. It's a good name, but look, I'm
Really?
like
Is that
Loop.
the best they can do?
Yeah. It's like I'm also like, wait, wasn't that one of our like prototype names or something like that?
Yeah. I feel like we've said something like this before, like a year or
Bro,
two
that looks
ago.
like the Vine logo. What? Huh? I think that's what they're going. That looks like a Vine logo. No ads,
If
no AI content, only 7 seconds. Only 7 seconds. Huh?
Oh, okay. 7. That was the next guess I was going for.
So pretty much they're trying to be another version of Vine.
Yes. And if you look at the user interface, you can feel the vibes that Vine had. You could just feel it. It's like going back in time, just looking at it.
Wow. You know, I'm gonna download this. I'm actually curious to see what this is like.
And as expected, majority of the videos blowing up, uh, it's pretty much the same fate that Byte had when they first launched in January 2020. It's just a bunch of young children trying to recreate the Vine humor because it's that's just the kind of humor that a lot of people try to reference every now and then.
Huh. Wow. That is crazy. That is crazy. I'll be honest. You know, if this app blows up, I wonder who would be the next Jake Paul. I wonder, or like
Uh,
Logan Paul.
I think we'll have to wait a few years because right now it's currently in its infancy. There's only like at least 1,000 people on there, so got to give it a bit of time before we could say who's going to be the next Loop stars.
Loop stars.
Yes, Loop stars. I can't believe we're saying that.
Bro, okay, yo, where's Risk, man? Like he needs to hear about this, man. Like this is just
He's gonna lose it.
uh,
That's absolutely mental.
ah yes, it's very mental, very. But
I posted a loop just today, and it actually did a lot better than I could ever expect. Right
really,
now, I'm sitting like 100 loops on one video.
wow, that's great.
Yeah,
That's great. That's great to hear, man.
and I got
Wow.
like 9 likes, which is again, I'm not too stressed or concerned about that, but it's nice to see that there's people on there, like actual people, no bots, no AI, nothing. It's just genuine, real life people. That is good enough for me.
Honestly, yeah, that's pretty great. That's great to hear, man. Like, when genuine people. I mean, like before on the other app, Clash or slash Byte. I mean, like you can tell, like some of the users were fake. But and like also like
Yeah,
they were view botting like us. But like I mean, hey, if this loop thing is legit, man, that's great to hear.
yeah.
I mean, uh, dang, I gotta use different now. Okay, yeah,
And
I'm trying.
also,
Oh, I'm sorry, you were
I'm
saying.
I'm yeah, I'm also joined their official Discord server.
Hmm, what's that like?
Uh, well, that's actually pretty chill. Certainly more chill than what it is on the app. That's for sure.
Probably because none.
Only like, I'm like an hour or two in, chatting with the people. I'm already getting some kind of recognition. It's not a lot, but I'll take it. I, I've been dubbed the greatest technician of all time.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh? Wow.
because I think there's a discussion about I can't remember exactly, but something about a technical issue on the device and computer, and I suggested, have you tried restarting your phone? And that's the day history was made. At least one of it, at least that
Hey,
stood middle.
the username Eric is available, bro. I'm gonna be the first one to to use it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Take it. Are you still there? Hello. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Uh. Okay. Well, this is awkward now. It's only me now, just sitting there, just talking to myself. Tweedledee, tweedledoo, tweedledum. He'll come back eventually. Earth to Eric. Are you back yet? Hello, Risk.
Hello.
Okay, so right now, Eric's having mic problems. However, just before you came on, you're gonna lose your mind what we were discussing before you came on.
Well,
Okay, so you remember Vine, right?
yes.
So just today, or actually yesterday, my time, our time, a a brand new 7-second video app just dropped, and everyone is flocking on there. Well, not a lot, but at least 1,000 people are on the app already, and it feels very familiar and similar once you actually look into
Uh,
it.
all
Is
right,
this
I'm back.
Jacob's? Is this Shadow Mine? Is this Jacob's secret love project? Like,
Oh no, that's oh no, wait, no, that's going to be
so
a
you guys
completely
don't have
different
any,
approach.
so you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
don't
not
have
gonna lie.
anything to do with this.
I think we.
Wait, hold on, let Eric speak.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna lie. I think we had an idea about the name Loop, but then we didn't. We decided to go with like bit like Byte or Bits. Actually, yeah, Byte instead.
The app that just dropped is called Loop.
Who's running it? Is it some of the similar guys from the part from is Dom? So
No,
who's involved with this?
we actually don't know. Well,
Yo,
at least I do know. Just I don't know much about him.
hey Risk, yo, guess what? I'm the first one that claimed that username Eric.
I haven't even touched. I'm not even going to download it, but it seems interesting.
Yeah,
No,
I didn't post on it. I just wanted to see what it looked like. But yeah, I'm the first one to claim the username Eric. So that's I like that. I claimed my own name before. I'm surprised no one claimed that name. But hey.
Well, there are at least 1,500 people on the app at the moment. So it'll take a while.
So what's the content being posted on there right now? Is it TikTokish? 7 seconds?
No, it's nothing. Nothing.
Don't you think this is a little bit pre-planned? The fact that TikTok has been effectively been banned in the US, right? And now Loop has, like I said, has actually might have some potential.
Uh, I would beg to differ, Risk. Out of all times, this is the only time I'll have to beg to differ. I will say Loop has potential to do well, but I don't think it's going to be good enough, or at least reach the same levels as major platforms. It's going to be like niche level at best.
Yeah.
So is Triller still a thing?
Yep.
Is it
Yes,
still
but I
popular?
haven't heard much about it. So
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I think mostly artists are on there or something.
What
but,
about Likey as well?
yeah,
Who
that's
you-
still a thing too.
I'm sorry, who uses Likey? I'm not gonna lie. I could never
People that use Musically.
I'm not gonna lie, I can never get into Likey just because like bro, it's like the everything about it just looks girly. Too
Yeah,
girly.
it's yeah,
Probably
Likey is
designed for
basically
Japanese
Musically
for
if
girls.
it never changed to TikTok.
Right. Exactly. I mean, like I mean, I would mind like a mutual color, but like, bro, like everything about it just looks too.
This so tell us about the guy that owns Likey then. Know that about Loop.
Oh,
Tell us about Loop then.
Okay, it'll take a while, but I'll
also,
tell you right now. Yes, go on.
I was gonna say, do they have an official like social media account?
Probably
Yes,
not yet.
they got Instagram and TikTok account.
So not X yet.
No X, not yet.
Oh, I think I found it. Loop app team. Oh
Okay.
yeah, Loop app. Yeah, it's literally called Loop app team, and it says in the it says in their bio coming soon. Huh. Nice. Okay, you were saying. Sorry, John. You were saying.
Okay, so from what I've seen from the announcements, okay, on the Discord server, there's a guy named Sadell, who's the guy who announced that Loop has launched, is out now. Another person that's part of the staff is Rough Sleeper. That's his username on Discord. Yeah, I think from announcements on the Discord server, that's the two people that are well known as part of the Loop staff team.
Oh, and I do see they do have an X account. It's called Try. It's at Try Loop app. They do indeed have an X account. I mean, I'll be honest. This project definitely does look pretty interesting, and for the most part, I mean, I'm willing to see. I'm willing to see, like how it goes.
Interesting.
Would I create content? I'm not sure, but
I probably won't create content for it, but that's just not me anymore. I'm not that person.
honestly, yeah, I really have to think of that too, because it's like I don't think I'm really that person anymore either. Because I don't know, it's just so much things that's just happened and time has passed, and just I'm not sure if I want to do that anymore. But hey,
Yeah,
who knows?
I'm not exactly in the mood. I don't really like creating content anymore, but who knows? I kind of feel like I'd rather do podcasts. To be fair, I kind of think I'm overdoing the weird videos. But
I would
Fair
say
enough.
I would say in my case, we'll see what happens, man. Like we'll see what happens.
yes,
If it's not cringy, I'll probably do something, but that's about it.
yes,
I can't do cringy stuff on purpose. Otherwise, I'm gonna be ashamed to look at it. I can't. If I'm gonna make content, I can't be ashamed to just listen to myself or look at it.
yeah. Besides TikTok, who knows? Maybe it has potential. For some odd reason, I've been getting videos about Christ in my shorts. For some odd
Oh
reason,
really?
one
Huh.
after another. Either someone's trying to convert me to Christ, or they're using AI versions of Jesus to frickin' milk and get likes, which is kind of.
Honestly, some people do that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think there's a lot of that. Like it is the fact they're using the Lord's name and God's name in vain just to get promote their social media. It's kind of cringe and weird.
Honestly, I can tell some people are genuine, when they're not using the AI and they're just making content, about Christianity and about Jesus. And there's some people who you can tell is just okay. Are you really a follower, or are you just doing this for the likes and views?
Yes, and the payments, the monetary payment, monetary rewards.
Exactly. But hey, it is what it is. Can't do it.
I personally do not believe it's in our best interest to get into war with Russia or China. I don't think it's in our best interest to fight. I personally don't think the young men and women of Great Britain, the United Kingdom, Australia, and the collective West in general are up for fighting. I don't think they have it in them mentally, physically, emotionally.
Honestly,
How
at
the
this
fuck
state,
can we compete? How the fuck would you be able to compete with someone that has been taught at a young age to fucking disassemble a fucking weapon? Or has fighting in their fucking blood? That basically take taekwondo classes and basically learn to fight practically. It's in their fucking curriculum. How the hell do you expect to fight someone that's willing to someone like that? Not to mention, while our countries are wondering about our fucking gender, they're actually preparing. They're fucking getting their guns ready. They're training their young men to be soldiers. Our country's worried about pronouns and offending people, and trying to be respectful to every person. Well, their countries, they're building up their militaries. They're teaching their young men to be strong, powerful, and to have respect for themselves and be masculine. I don't get how you can compete against that. But yeah.
Yes.
So, do you guys know what the Bolsheviks were in Russia when the people that started the freaking USSR, right? What their population was majority? Supposedly, even Putin says himself, the majority of people that were in power at the time of the USSR, creation of the USSR, and the Bolsheviks were effectively Jewish. 80% of them were Jewish. But yeah. So what else is there?
That training video, if you know, you know.
Israel deeply regrets the tragic incident which claimed the lives of 7 humanitarian aid workers. Our hearts go out to their families and to their home countries. That fucking scumbag. He's trying to backtrack because he's realized that Israel basically just murdered innocent people.
wow.
Yeah, apparently Benjamin Netanyahu's basically apologizing for murdering innocent people from our countries, from the collective West. And basically he says his full aim is in our power to ensure such tragedies do not occur in the future. Yeah, because he threatened.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. We live in some crazy times, man. We really do.
Yeah.
It's almost like yesterday. We were completely clueless, and we were just doing
Sucking
anything.
ducks.
And we were just doing anything we can just to, make content, probably get views and all that. But now we're talking about this. I don't think I could have imagined we would have. I don't think I could have imagined.
You don't think Israel's planned to become like the Nazis and basically go World War III? Because they keep on trying to declare. They seem,
That could be a possibility. I mean,
because they just.
that could definitely be a possibility. I mean, you think they're trying to be the new Nazis?
You've heard Hitler's speeches, right? The AI ones, the AI generated things translation to English. He sounds like Trump.
Honestly, yeah, I heard them. You said he sounds like Trump?
Mostly what he's saying. He cared about Russia. He cared about Germany. He cared about fatherland. He basically wanted to protect their national history, and apparently those guys didn't like that. and basically he felt threatened by the rest of the world. He understood that the German people, right, before WW2 or WW1, right, after that war, right, they lost everything. They had the banks took control of most of their money. They controlled how the financial system worked, right? They were taxing all their citizens into death practically with interest, which they basically were the Jews and the money men effectively were controlling everything. And they had all the money. They controlled all the money. They control all the money.
I'll say this, man.
He was able to fix the system. He was able to. Every other nation in Europe, Eric, were fucking broke and poor. Right after it, they were all in depression. Yet this country, he tells the Jews he tells the money men to fuck off, and he builds the country up into an economic powerhouse. He builds the media industry. He builds the movies. He builds the cars. He builds this country into a fucking powerhouse. The money men didn't like that. They were scared of him. So they used their vassal states to attack him. Attack that powerful country. And eventually that country lost. That was the true war for survival. They felt threatened during WW2.
Germany or the money men?
Money men. They felt threatened. Why else do you think they went after him? They say, if Britain didn't actually fight back, they would have been gone. I don't actually think he would have attacked Britain. Originally, he wanted to freaking be beside Britain. He respected Britain.
I think anybody who is like, just pushing back, they feel attacked.
Yes,
because there's some semblance of truth to it.
Why else do you think they added those new anti-censorship laws?
What'd you say?
Why do you think they added those new anti-censorship laws in our countries? It wasn't to stop racism. It wasn't to stop that. It was to stop people from criticizing them. They felt too bad that we were criticizing them too much. We called them out on Bohemian Grove. We called them out on Russia for what they did to the USSR. We called them out on everything else. The money men control everything. The free cities.
There's really no escape until
free cities. The empire that nobody knows about. The empire that nobody knows about.
I'd say until a major change happens, there's really no escaping whatsoever.
The empire, the major change will come with their thing. They're going to try and usher in a new change. World War III, right? They're going to use World War II, Eric. World War I and World War II, right?
Oh, okay. Talking.
Mom, come here.
Mom, I'm talking.
All right. Come on.
It was a crazy place.
Yes. World War I and World War II.
Yeah. So, Michelle Obama. We're all big fans of Michelle Obama, are we?
Are we? Big Mike.
Way.
Hey, that is a brave, independent woman.
Great. That's exactly what we need in fucking power right now. A brave, independent woman.
Hey.
What's a brave, independent woman going to do against a cold fucking killer like Vladimir?
Hey, she wants to.
What's a freaking bold, independent woman going to do against a big, strong, powerful man like Vladimir fucking Putin?
Hey,
she wants to Xi Jinping.
She wants to be the same man as her husband was. She wants to be the man that
CIA asset that basically ran cover for the intel agency.
No, Michelle Obama is an inspiration to every woman in America.
Then how is it that I know women that actually fucking despise her? I think that she did the fact that she came out of bloody nowhere and she didn't have
Do you think that audio was was real, or was it AI when she said I want to run for president?
wouldn't put it past me if she wanted to run for president. I know for a fact that bastard wants a fourth term. He's already got his fucking third term with that fucking Mislik cunt in office right now. He's wanting his fourth bloody term.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
If I remember this video exactly to the fucking T. If I can maybe run for a third term where I'm in my sweatpants in my basement and this guy is saying all the lines, that would be great. I remember that video. And then it points to a fucking video, it points to a clip of that fucking idiot.
Bro.
Yes.
Bro. If they wanted Obama to have all these
I wouldn't
terms,
put it past me if Trump was actually Bush's fucking running cover for Bush.
If they wanted Obama to have all these terms, why didn't they just abolish the 4-year term thing? Huh?
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Abolish
because
it?
they knew if they did that they would get too much backlash from the fucking actual real patriots. Conservatives, they would get too much backlash from them. And they didn't have I don't think they had the military structure at that time to freaking usher it in. And they weren't wanting civil war. And let's be real here, before Obama's term, right? Did they realistically have the fucking manpower in office? Now for that, right? Most of the people back then, right, most of the people in that military were conservative. And loyal to the fucking country, right?
Right.
All those people that were loyal to the fucking American Constitution, right? During Biden's term, they've all been fucking sacked.
And replaced with
fucking transgender freaks.
I was just about to say that. Well, not the freaks part,
but they've been replaced with people that are basically not loyal to the system, people that are willing to take money and can be controlled. He's replaced the entire justice system with people that he can bend to his will. Obama has got control of the entire country. You can just see what they've been able to do with Jack Smith and Fannie Willis and all these left-wing lunatics. George Soros at the time didn't have enough freaking pawns in the fucking wet cushion to freaking get it going. That's the reason.
Hey, speaking of trannies, have you heard of Transgender Day, Visibility Day?
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
The one that denounces Christ.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wasn't there something in the Bible? They'll try and denounce the day of my resurrection or something like that in the Bible.
Huh. I don't really know. I would need to look
basically trying to make it so that I don't exist. And replace
I assume there had to be something like that mentioned.
Something like that in the Bible. They'll say that there'll be false prophets saying I'll be coming back, but I'll only come back when literally the world has everything and it hits the world or something. Where Christianity has hit every aspect of the world.
I think on April 10th is supposed to be hold on, when is the solar eclipse supposed to happen again?
April 10th.
April 8th I meant. Sorry, my bad.
That's when.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is when we realize who's actually going to be if who's running for president. Tomorrow we're going to realize if Nelson Peltz gets on the Disney board. If he gets on that Disney board, maybe we can see some new change. I doubt we will, though. But if I'm going to be honest, I think there's some financial menangling going on there. I think there's something extremely wrong. I think they've been fudging numbers. I think they've done something, committed accounting fraud. Why else are they so desperate to make sure he doesn't get on that board? What has Iger done that's so damn bloody illegal that they're trying to do it? They've spent $70 million on trying to get this guy not basically prevent this guy on the board. They've pulled out all the freaking stops. They've got the grandchild of the freaking Disney brothers. They got the children of Disney, Walt and freaking from the Disney family, right? They've got fucking Bob Iger. Oh no, they've got Eric. They've got Eisner, Michael Eisner, the freaking CEO of that freaking what was it? The last real Disney descendant fucking ousted from that company before he died in 2008. You've got freaking Steve Jobs' widow saying that she supports Iger.
Wow.
You've got BlackRock saying they'll support Iger. You've got Glasshouse Lewis saying they'll support Iger. But with the thingy, what companies we've got E02, we've got the Swedish firm, and we've also got ISS, one of the biggest institutional investors. One of the biggest institutional investors, asset brokers. But basically monitors most of the voting, has part of the Disney's board votes. What have they done? Right? It's one fucking board seat. What can you do? They're acting like it's a freaking life or death for Iger. Like it's it's 2 board seats. It's just a fucking say on the table at the table. What is so wrong? You have no fucking power. How can 2 board seats and be that fucking dangerous to him? It's 2 board seats. This allows him to get a vote. Are they scared of the fact that if he gets in, he's going to fucking change stuff and get rid of it and maybe eventually expose some shit that'll get that bastard fired? Or is he scared that if he gets in, maybe he won't be able to get his yes man cookie, you'll actually have to perform for shareholders. I hope Nelson gets on that board. I hope he fires Iger. And I hope Iger sees prison time for what he's done. Because I think he's mismanaged the company. I think he's been there for 20 odd years, right? The shit show with Reedy Creek, right? The freaking accounting fraud and gymnastics there. And if there's anything worse than that in other states, in other places, then it'll be interesting. Because it means that they've done it in other places. If they've done what they did in Reedy Creek in other places, it'll be interesting. And they don't like this because there's people that... Who knows? I hope Iger gets out of that board, get kicked out of that company. Maybe Disney will be a better place, but I'm not holding my breath.
I'm not gonna lie. I lost faith in Disney a long time ago.
I lost faith in Disney, but I do think if Nelson Peltz gets on it, I think he can change it, and I think the company will do some better. We'll be able to turn around. Worst case scenario, Eric, I walk away from the company and I've received a 20% return on investment. I bet the S&P 500 by a massive margin. Worst case scenario, I sell out if Nelson doesn't get in. I made a small amount of money. I bought the share company at freaking $90 a share, right? It's now at 110, 115. I'll sell it for a profit. If Nelson gets on the board, the stock will probably flungy up more money. If Nelson doesn't get on the board by tomorrow, then stock will freaking go down. But it'll be fun. So what else is new?
I'll be honest. I've been thinking. You know how with the presidential run, like you have to be a certain age.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. I have an idea. I think if a man were to meet certain criterias, and he was young and he was maybe 30, I would say if he was able to meet certain criterias for the presidency, I think he should. I think he should be able to run.
I personally believe that the voting age should be. I think the voting age should be raised up by a couple of years. I personally think the voting age should be raised to 22 in America. I think the age for alcohol should be raised up every year, and I personally think alcohol should probably be made illegal. I think the world would be better off without alcohol. As much as it would kill me financially to say this, I personally think alcohol should probably be limited, especially for the youngsters. I think smoking should be banned for youngsters so they'll never be able to smoke. And I personally believe that. Yes, I personally believe that. I believe the age for voting should be raised in America. Faithy doesn't like this idea because she believes, well, it's bad, and the fact that you should be able to vote at 18. But let's be real here. I think a lot of men would be a lot. I think a lot of men will be okay to vote then. But I personally do believe there's a lot of idiots back then that don't really know what they're talking about, right? They haven't really worked a job, right, at 18, right? They're still in college, right? They're still living with mum and dad, right? They don't understand how the real world works. Most likely, they'll be freaking following what their fucking mates do in college, right? And saying, "Oh, I'm voting for Joe Biden because such, right?" They're not educated enough. That's the reason. That's why I wouldn't fucking have them vote. I would limit their voting power at least. If you're that desperate to vote in that, right? You can do fucking armed service. You can do some service in the military, right? You can join the military. 18, right?
Right.
It has to be earned.
You can, yeah. If you don't want to do that, if you don't want to join the military and get your vote earlier, right? Then you can join the if you want to get your vote early, you'd be able to vote at 18, right? Join the military, work in the foreign paramedics for a while, right? Work as a hospital maid or something like that, or work in like the
Office.
work in some of the work in like the health sector or something like that, or be like take care of people, become a nurse or something like that, or be a trainee nurse or something like that, or you can join the military. Do an essential job, basically, a job that basically is between life or death. And you'll be able to get your vote. You'll be able to vote. Do 5 months of service in those jobs, right? Maybe a year 5 months, 5 or 6 months in the military, maybe a year in nursing, or as a nurse or something like that, or trainee nurse. And then you'll be able to vote.
Do you think the age to for the presidency should go down a bit?
I think there should be a limit to how old you can be able to vote, right? To go for, right?
No, I mean
run.
if you're running, I mean,
I think if you wanted to be able to run, right, I think there should be an age limit. I don't think anybody over the age of 8. I don't think anybody over the age of 70 should be really to be able to run. But I don't want, again, at the situation we are right now, we haven't really got anybody capable to fucking take on the job right now under that age, right? So the options are Trump or Biden. Realistically, I don't think raising the age. I'd be happy to raise the age. Like, how old can you? It's like 35. You can run for office, right?
Huh? Is it?
I think it's in your early 30s.
Yeah, I think it's
not bad.
I think it's in the early to late 30s.
It's not bad, but
yeah, that's true.
You don't exactly want a fucking sweat out of head college kid that just ran out of probably just lapsed out of college, right? Be able to run for office.
I would say, I
think term limits are necessary, and I would also forbid insider trading. I'd be very hard on insider trading.
I'll say this. I mean, I think if you're a young man, you might not be able to run for the presidency, but I think they should get something in the office.
You can you do realize you can run for freaking local governments at really young ages, right? Just so you can't run for presidency doesn't mean you can't run for local districts. That you don't expect to freaking be able to run for president without working your way in politics, right? And work in the local districts. You're not going to just automatically be able to run for office. You're going to need to build up experience. Oh,
I'd say unless you're like Donald Trump.
You're Donald Trump or you got fucking, you can campaign your way in, right? Or you have some proof. If you're a businessman, you ran a corporation, right? That might give you some credit, right? But you can run for local government in the early 20s, in your early 20s, 22, 23, 24. I think it's 25 you can run for your first for office. A local councillor and that superintendent council, a local councillor I think is like a couple, or a lot of district councillors I think it's like 19, 18. So Jamie.
Yeah.
Briss, you were gonna ask him something?
Yeah. Apparently Taylor Swift is now a billionaire.
Good for her.
Oh, okay.
Good for her. No, the only person who would care about that is the Swifties.
Yeah, because girl power, you know? Last time I remember.
Like, I'll be honest, bro. I still don't get the hype with Taylor Swift. It's like, look,
Because she's a left-wing propaganda post. She's
no,
how
I mean, like,
she's Joe Biden's gateway to the next presidency, to the presidency.
I mean, with the hype with Taylor Swift in general, like, bro. Okay, first off,
She's the Democrats' fucking poster child for how Biden. As long as she sucks the DOJ, the Democratic Party's freaking lollipop, she's going to get everything she wants in life. All she's got to do is say, "I'm voting for Joe Biden, guys. Swifties, please vote for Joe Biden. He's a great president."
I'm not gonna lie. Some like I know this I know this young Christian, and like one time he said he was taking an online class, and one of his teachers said, "Hi, I'm a proud Swiftie, and Taylor Swift is her Lord and Savior."
Jesus, nutcases.
I know. She said,
Are
like,
they actually locking stuff behind cabinets in New York?
I have no idea. Like I didn't hear about that.
Who knows about that? But I know they've been locking stuff.
They might be though. They might be. Why?
Just wondering.
You know, I see all these guys trying to, you know, save the world and all this stuff. But here's the thing: the world's going. It's only going to get worse. Things have, and I always say this: things have to get worse in order to get better again. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
It has to get worse. Unfortunately, I don't want it to get worse. I want it to get better. And there are times when like it's getting better, but then it ultimately gets worse again. And you know, it's like that one song. Our world is slowly dying. I'm not wasting time. You know, I personally try not to be sad about it because it's like, at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I-
With bad times come strong men, and strong men bring good times.
Exactly. And also, I mean, with the sign of with the sign of the prophet Jonah coming on, like, the solar eclipse day, because
Explain that.
explain that. Well, okay. It said it in John. It said it somewhere in like John. Actually, let me turn on the light and try to find it. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in like John chapter 5 or something like that. So yes. But let me try to paraphrase it. Pretty much it says that this wicked generation will ask for a sign, but they will not get a sign except for the prophet of Jonah. Like that's gonna be that's literally gonna be everyone's sign to, like,
What's the prophet of Jonah?
Huh?
What's the prophet of Jonah?
I'm pretty sure that's just like, sorry, not the prophet of Jonah, the prophet Jonah. Sorry, not the prophet of Jonah, the prophet Jonah. That's what I meant. And yeah, it's like they're gonna get a sign, they're gonna get a sign. This wicked generation is gonna get a sign. They're gonna ask for a sign, or they're gonna ask for like a sign, but they're not gonna get any except from the prophet of Jonah. It's really complicated, but like, I saw a video of like, this one guy explaining it like, way better than I did. I actually no, I saved the video. Actually, I'll like send it in the chat, like, for you guys to watch later. But yeah, there was this guy who explained it like, way better than I could. It was a very long response, but definitely did it way better than me. But yeah, I guess what it meant by, like, asking for a sign is that, like, people are gonna
Yeah, Amazon's apparently moving away from their like just walk out grocery store checkout. So basically, they're moving away from you just grab the whole thing where basically the store's concept where basically just grab a product, you grab what you need and then exit. Their reason lies in people do not want that. People do not want that freaking that privacy invasion. They're moving towards dash carts where you basically just instantly put the stuff in. I'm guessing Amazon got too much freaking backlash from it, or it wasn't worth their time.
All right, I didn't say. All right, never mind. I didn't save the video. I didn't save the video, but yeah. But yeah, pretty much. I guess asking for a sign. I guess what it meant by that was just pretty much just asking for a sign, like
I think China's a good investment hole. I think China's going to be good for investments. I
How
like
come?
China. I personally believe that some of their companies are undervalued. I also believe that British companies are undervalued at this point in time. Specifically, I think companies like Tencent are undervalued right now. Alibaba, and other companies like that. So I think like the big Chinese tech companies, I think, are undervalued right now, and I think in the long term they'll do a lot more better. I think China, people, as much as what America thinks is bad with China is, I don't think the entire world hates China. I think China's a country that you're going to have to do business with, either if you like it or not. And you're just stupid
because they have everything.
Yes, you'd be stupid to fucking avoid it. And I think Britain was stupid for freaking putting sanctions on China. Right? Stupid.
I think Trump would have done business with China.
Trump put sanctions on them, but he still did business with them. Like, he's not an idiot. He realized they do a massive amount of trade with us. So what's the point? Why would you get rid of that? He didn't want to. Weren't they trying to stop doing deals with the Saudis, right? Before Trump came in, right? And then they were doing like $400 billion a year or something like that in trade, right? With the Saudis, right? And then they said, I don't want to. And they were saying they want to kind of stop doing with Saudi Arabia. I don't want to get rid of them. I want to do more business with them. They do $400 billion of trade with us a year. I don't want to get rid of them. I want to do more business with them. Didn't he say this thing, King? We're breaking our asses trying to protect you, King, and you've got a lot of money. I like the King, by the way. And he's a funny guy, that guy. Man, Trump's a funny guy. Oh, the cool, interesting people out there. America will be the world will be a much better place when he's back in office. I can't wait for Trump 2024. I wonder what his plan will be, though.
I'm not gonna lie. I was immediately thinking of Ye, Kanye.
I can't wait to see who will be. I can't wait to see who will be his VP.
Yo, imagine if it was a whole swerve and Kanye was his VP.
I don't think he'll be his VP, but I think.
Yeah, no, I know he won't.
Maybe media. Maybe he could be the media guy.
No. He's doing his own thing. He has Balenciaga not Balenciaga, sorry, Yeezy to worry about or other stuff. I'm gonna run, if I'm being honest. And if he does, he's probably gonna be 50. In his 50s.
I think Trump shook him right and basically said, "Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. You have no power. There's a bunch of fucking suits running the show behind the scenes." When he went to visit him, and he explained to it. I think Trump explained to him quite personally, "Don't run. You'll be putting a target on your back, and these people, right? They control all the power. There's people higher up in the presidency that control the power. They control things behind the scenes. We're puppets, effectively." There are some people saying maybe that America should just invade Canada.
Should we?
Why would we let fucking Canada turn to fucking dictatorship?
I mean, is there any benefit invading Canada?
Natural resources, oil.
Okay, yeah, that's
America gets oil. I mean, when America, our country and your country, what does it say? When we see oil, we say, we think that's a shitload of money. That's the whole reason That's the whole reason we invaded the Persian Gulf for money, pure oil, and gold. That's the whole reason why we joined you. Oil. To be fair, it's either that. I'm happy for them to. At this point, I'm happy for Trump to invade Mexico. At this point, because Mexico is a shithole. They keep on coming to this country, right? At this point, we should just take their resources, add it to the country, right? We'd have a better manufacturing sector, effectively. America would have a better manufacturing sector. They'd have not to mention they would have access to the coast. They have the Gulf of Mexico, and they'd have access to more oil. Jamie,
Yeah.
what would be the benefits from America taking Mexico and all the
Well-
most of South America apart from Brazil and Argentina?
Okay, so first off, firstly, with just Mexico and other countries with very warm climates, they have like a tourist advantage because countries that go to countries like Mexico, Central America, or other countries, South America.
Yes. Cabo and that, yes.
Yes, and also tourism because hot
Manufacturing.
temperatures
Mexico has
are
a massive
big factor.
manufacturing sector. You not to mention you get cocoa, you get bananas, you get a bunch of other resources, you get oil, you get access to the Mexican Gulf, the Gulf of Mexico, effectively.
Yeah.
I don't personally believe it's in America's best interest to invade Brazil or Argentina. I think they'll be fine on their own. I mean, I think at this point, right, those countries are that fucked up, right? The ones that are right next to South America, right? Should they just incorporate Guam? Should they not incorporate Puerto Rico and literally in Cuba and all them? Basically, all those territories. Should probably just incorporate them into America. Take their natural resources. So what territory? What territory should Britain invade? Take then, Jamie.
Well, first off, I think a lot of people in Hong Kong are in huge favour of wanting to be part of the British Empire again.
I'm happy with that. More territory gets us a seaport in frickin' China.
Hong Kongers will certainly be happy about that.
China
I
might
love
not be
it.
happy about it, but we'll at least get a seaport in the China Sea.
Hong Kong doesn't care what China thinks. They want to be part of that. They want
Why
to be
don't we
part of the
just
British
take?
Empire
Why
again.
doesn't if they're doing that, then why does America make Taiwan part of America? China.
Because I don't think China would allow that. And of course, US are, well, not technically, but there are still business between China and the US. Because, well, what other choice do they have?
So what other country we could take? What other countries could we take back? I personally think it would be nice to take back I think it would be nice to take back the Canadian colonies. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it is
We
much needed.
get Canada. We get our oil resources, right? We get all that stuff,
Mhm.
right? We get more money off that, right? Not to mention we'd add to our population.
And the leverage, since they're going to be next to the US.
What would be? What Canada?
If-
Yes.
If the UK takes Canada back, they'll be bordering right next to the US by territorial relations, connections.
That'll just improve our relationships then, because we've got military bases in America. Not to mention, do you think it comes to the point where Britain takes back Canada? Well, what happens? What happens with Canada? Because if Canada keeps power and Justin Trudeau keeps power and acts like a dictator, which he already is one, what happens?
Well, of course.
He's already got the blood of a fucking dictator in him. We just can't have we can't have the test because that would probably kill the hearts of that would probably hurt someone's feet. The Justin Trudeau stands hearts. You know the fact he's related to the fucking leftist lunatic.
Well, if
Fidel
the UK
Castro.
was to take Canada, I think I think Canada would fall under the same category as Scotland and Wales, where the Prime Minister of Canada would be the First Minister of Canada.
Yes, and that's effectively what they are, right? Still, though, doesn't the Queen still have a shitload of power in Canada?
Yes, but they're allowing Canada to act as if it's their own country.
What about Australia? Couldn't we take Australia back, or Singapore, or Nigeria?
Nigeria would be a challenge because I'm not sure if many Nigerians would want to be part of the
I think
British
the
Empire
side,
again.
that is not fully Islamicide would probably take it. Would probably want to be back. Eastern
Maybe.
Nigeria, maybe not so much. The side that's
Yeah.
not too Islamicide and basically not been abducted by the religion of Islam. What about South America, Africa, especially
South
the
Africa?
white Dutch colony, the white colonies?
I think Cape Town specifically would want to cede away from South Africa entirely because while the state of that country is abysmal, no, it can't be argued. The state of it is disastrous. I feel sorry for people living in South Africa right now.
At this
So, yeah,
point, would it be better if Britain took all of Africa, united it under one country, and made it under the British? We could give it so much power. We could use our resources to help build it.
Well, the thing is, if they're going to take all of Africa, there's going to be tons of different local cultures that have very
Give them
distinctive differences.
help them build their government. Help them build a government. Have the British rule over him, but allow them to have their own local leaders. Pick their own local leaders.
Yeah, but of course, even there, different local tribes are going to have differences and going to start spats or arguments or fights. So even if there is autonomy amongst the people locally,
I think
there is going to
I
be
think there's a lot more connection between them than not. I think they're all trying to create a united Africa. I think they realize they've been taken advantage of so long. If they unite under one continent, country, they could effectively become a massive power. If all of Africa would unite under one country, right, apart from maybe Egypt, right, Egypt and Cairo, right, Egypt and some of the other ones that are closer to Middle East, right. Other than that, what should Russia take Ukraine?
Patience is always the key.
He's thinking.
Yes, I'm actually thinking about this because tons of lives are at stake. That's the issue. Take whatever side you want.
At this
There are people
point
dying.
in time, I think it'd be better if they just ceded over to Russia at this point. Because that lunatic's basically just sacrificed his entire population. He's sacrificing 16-year-olds, 16, 17-year-olds to death. Even 80, 30-year-olds. At the end of the day, once they sacrifice all the men and that, all those women will all flock to Russia to get men, or flock to the freaking to the West. That's basically it. Should the USSR be recreated?
No. Absolutely not.
Should Russia or China take over Mongolia and invade Mongolia?
But what does Mongolia have that would serve any value to both sides
Good point.
besides land?
They both
Exactly.
like land. They're both pretty big.
Yeah, but even if they have land, there isn't much resources that would benefit both their economies.
Should India or Pakistan become one country?
No, for obvious reasons. Mainly religion. But that is it. There are other reasons, but religion's a big one.
What's the other region? What's the other reason?
Well, so Pakistan is majority is Islam, and majority religion in India is Hinduism.
Did you know that Russia has so many different religions in it?
Yes, because it's so big and has so many local cultures.
It has Buddhism, Sikhism,
Yeah, of course it has.
Islam. What would happen if all the Islamic countries were to unite under one banner, one country, one empire?
Well, I mean, they won't be as big or powerful as the US, but they'll certainly be powerful and big than most countries in the world.
Should Canada and New Zealand, should all the British Empire colonies merge into one apart from America, into one country again? Should Canada, New Zealand, Australia merge into one country?
Yeah. I mean, how is it going to work, like logistically, and how are they going to travel back and forth with each other?
Boats and planes.
Yeah, boats and planes. But is it going to be as good as the bus services they have, which is, I can't even imagine. I can't even discuss that such a thing.
We had hyperrail. What we had hyperrails that could travel like at the speed of like frickin'. You could arrive there in like 5 minutes.
Oh, that's going to be very, very costly, like trillions of dollars costly.
Should China take over Japan?
I mean, why would they?
Resources.
I mean,
Seaports.
they can, but what's the need? China has enough than they already has right now. I think China's good enough as it is. Why would they need more?
Because they want to dominate the people that freaking dominated them, made them their subservient slaves.
Oh yeah, good point. But still, there's not much value that China could ever need.
Should America become should Russia become a kingdom again, a royal kingdom again? At this point, is Putin effectively a king in Russia, or a Caesar?
No, but people would think so, apparently, because he's been in power for so long. It actually feels like he's part of history. Like, it feels nostalgic to people in Russia, given his reign in the country.
Do you think the people would want him to be king of Russia?
I think he.
At this point, yeah.
Do you think he'll make it official?
At this point, might as well.
Might as well, yes.
But of course, you know who, all the others, they won't be happy about that.
Who cares?
You know,
who cares what they think?
I'm sorry. What are they going to do about it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's in their own borders. So
should China become a Holy Roman Empire? Should China become Should China become like become a kingdom again, a royal kingdom again?
I think China is good enough as it is in terms of
Dragon
technological and architectural development.
But he might be a king.
I mean, I'll give it a few years.
Should Klaus Schwab be the king of the world?
What do you think, Risk?
Yeah, I'm kidding. No, hell no.
There you go. There's your answer.
He's a great leader.
Yes, you need to bug or I will kill you.
You will own nothing and be happy.
You will live.
You know nothing of these thoughts.
This is what a future mayor candidate of London basically said. You will live in a perpetual prison. You will not be able to move out without the certain thingy. You will not be allowed to leave your city. You will not be able to fly anywhere. You will be in a prison. If you criticize certain people or groups of people that we love, you'll be called a terrorist and we'll arrest you. If you don't affirm your kids into our lunacy, we'll imprison you and take your kids away from you.
You know, at this point, man, like if they're gonna lock me up for no reason, they might as well do it now.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Well, not yet, but they will. Did you hear what's going on with J.K. Rowling?
Oh yeah, she says something about trans people, and not many people are happy about that because
Well, she said that trans people aren't real people.
constantly.
man, you can't pretend to be. Basically, said that they're not. You can hide yourself to the thing, but you can pretend that you're someone what you're not, but you're not. You're never. Trans people aren't real women, and it's true, they're not.
You can be on hormones. You can pretty much have surgery to have body parts that resemble
Yes,
the gender
but
that you
you'll
want to
never
be.
be a
But
woman. You're never going to be able to expel childbirth. You're never going to be able to breastfeed. You're never going to be able to freaking experience the warmth of a woman. You're just some weird sicko that likes fetishes of basically pretend to be a woman when you're not a woman.
Well, I wouldn't call them a sicko. I call them mentally ill.
They are mentally ill. Like how
You know.
the hell you cannot?
And they need
you need mental help.
they
You need help.
They do.
You can. How can you? You cannot be. It's disrespectful to women pretending. Oh, I'm a woman too. No, you're not. You can't give birth. You can't have a fucking child come out of your fucking vagina.
It's like I would say this, man. Just like accept the body that God gave you, man. Like
Yes.
clearly you're born the right, gender.
Exactly.
even if there are something we don't agree with,
I also agree with
we have to be
Nigeria. I
bigger
agree
people.
with the
We have to
I agree with Nigeria.
set an
and its laws
example.
I agree with China, with Nigeria and its laws about banning homosexuality and face of 15 years in prison. I agree with that. But what else is there?
Is that it?
Yeah, I
think
think
it
that's
is.
a wrap.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
All right.
Cheers.